Good day, traders. How are we doing today? I want to take a look at how the card responds to the request from one of my members to try to do a detailed analysis on this pair to show you how I approach analysis, how I get my bias, and so on and so forth. First, you don't just come to a pair and look at the technical and see what the technical is doing and just dabble into it. It's not done that way. You have to do your proper homework. You have to do your proper homework. Coming to the chart, trade is not the first thing to be done. To do the fundamental analysis, the direction, that is short term, the medium term, and the long term bias. All right, in terms of the direction, you have to get that from fundamental analysis. Then after we have gotten that, we now come back to technical analysis and look for the structure and pattern that will conform to the directional bias that we have with fundamental analysis. So let's go in. Let's start from the analysis. Fundamental analysis is what I call pre-analysis because you are not looking at the chart while you are doing this analysis. So what do I have to look at? What are the pairs? What are the currency involved in this pair, guys? AUD, and you have the card. Okay. AUD, but to find out what is the interest rate on AUD. The current interest rate of AUD is 0.35. About the current interest rate for card is 0.35%. That of card is 1%. Okay, what this means is that if you have to borrow money for investment in Australia, you are going to be paying 0.35% as interest. But if you do the same in Canada, you're going to be paying 1%. This means that it's more expensive to borrow money for investment in Canada than in Australia. Okay, that means that capital markets, housing market, investment in real estate, all these will be better done in Australia than in Canada. You understand? And for this rate hike, that is much more in Canada than in Australia. You also tell me that inflation is possibly greater in Canada than Australia. Inflation is biting harder in Canada than in Australia. That's the first thing I want to. Then another, what kind of currency is Australian dollar and what kind of currency is Canadian dollar? If you compare the two of them, you discover that they are actually commodity currency. All right, both of them strongly depends on commodities, but what separates these two is that the kind of commodity that Australian dollar depends on is not the same with that of Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar heavily depends on oil export. All right, it heavily depends on oil export. That's a major thing that the Canadian dollar depends on. And who do they export oil to? They export oil to China. They export oil to Australia, and they export oil to US. Okay, these are the three major countries. The highest country that take oil from Canada, the US, China, and Australia. You get it now. And if that is the case, we now need to consider what is happening in oil. Therefore, consider what's happening to oil for us to know what's happening to CAD. All right. In the case of AUD, we see that interest rate is this. Then AUD 2 is an export-driven, currency. They are export-driven currency, and it is a commodity currency too. Currency, okay. They are export-driven, and it's a reserve currency. Many people also hold AUD as reserve currency. And honestly, I can confirm to you that it's a free-floating currency. What do you mean when you say a currency is free-floating, guys? What you mean is that after the Reserve Bank of Australia have carried out whatever adjustment they need to do on their currency using the monetary policy instruments, they allow the market value to be determined by the forces of demand and supply. That's what I mean by free floating. They don't, they don't intervene in the currency every time. No, once they have done their intervention, they push the currency to the market, allow forces of demand and supply, to determine the value of the currency. Although, because because we allow, the forces of demand and supply to determine the prices, and because it's held as a reserve currency by some countries, it is susceptible to changes in risk sentiment. Okay, you can look at some other factors, other barometers to measure how risky is Australian dollar is. Okay, like in terms of fear and panic. Okay, in terms of fear, panic, war, and all those things. You look at VIX. VIX will tell you, VIX is instrument that we use to gauge the fear in the market, the panic in the market, and all those things. So when you see that the sentiment shared by chart or VIX shows that there are a lot of people that there's fear in the market and all those things, you are going to see Australian dollar will crash down. Okay, it will crash down. Do you understand now? So again, Australian dollar is also affected by whatever is happening in China, because as at today, the biggest trading partner of Australia is China. All right, it's China. So, and of course, for quite some time now, China has been battling with the COVID-19 outbreak. In fact, they have been at lockdown. And of course, if China is at lockdown, they are being the biggest trading partner of Australia. Then you should know that Australian economy will also suffer great measure. Okay, and if Australian dollar is going to suffer, what will happen to AUD? AUD will, in a way, go down in value. All right. So when you now just oppose this, and this highest point, this is the biggest point I have seen in all this analysis of this fundamental, that Australia is one of the top 3 countries that import oil from Canada. All right. So, and if that is the case, the price of oil right now is very expensive. Okay, oil, as I will soon show you, is about $120 to a barrel. Okay, and if it's that expensive, who is this going to benefit? If it is Canada that is exporting to Australia, so it's going to benefit what? Who? Canada, because Canada is exporting this oil at international market price, and right now it's $120 per barrel. So Australia is making, Canada is making more money. Okay, and Australia dollar is paying a lot for the importation of oil from Canada. So we expect therefore that increase in the price of crude oil, all right, will benefit CAD at the expense of Australia. So I expect CAD to be strong and expect Australia to be weak. Why? At interest rate 1%, many people would like to acquire CAD at the expense of AUD, which then means that many people will sell their AUD to buy more CAD if they are holding AUD CAD. Okay, look at the interest rate of Australia, 0.35. It's very low, although this will help to drive investment in Australia. Okay, because of the low interest rate, investment will increase because it's cheaper to borrow money in Australia for business. Okay, and you also look at a negative story of China, one of the biggest trading partners of Australia. They have been in lockdown. They are just trying to ease lockdown in some major provinces in China right now. So with this, guys, with this analysis I've given you, that's the background check I do. Based on it, I have seen that I would like to favor weakness. Okay. Now, after when you now combine AUD card, guys, you are looking for technical analysis that favor sell for AUD card. But then this is just my first background check. What I need to now do is that I will now look at my analysis. Which one has chart that I can view? That will help me, in this analysis. I'm seeing oil here. So what I will do is that, guys, I'll quickly go to oil and see the chart on oil. I'll see the technicals on oil. Monthly. So you can see to trade financial markets, not just to come to the market and begin to press buy and sell. See, if you go to monthly, you can see that here, in this monthly time frame, you have had impulse, you have had correction, you have had 3 waves, another impulse. Okay, that's 3-way structure to the upside. Some people they cut oil from here, it has moved up. So at any moment, you need a correction or go up again. Okay, but before that correction on this time frame, it is weekly. See what it's doing weekly. Okay, and it's some correction. See, so market move. You see 3-way structure here. Okay, it moves again. So we would like to see another 3-way structure here. So in some sessions to come on that weekly time frame, I would like to see oil going down a little to correct before we move up. Okay, weekly, I'll go to daily, see what's happening. Okay, see what's happening in daily. Okay, so I can look at this as it's an impulse, it's an impulse, it's a correction. Okay, if this is a correction, this can be A, this can be A, this is big A, small A, that B, and this C can be this C can be what is called diagonal. You will see, okay, diagonal. You will see is look at it very well. This is with A, it's an impulse. This is small with A, small with B, small with C, and then this A, B, C now become with B. Okay, and we need this one to go down here from with C. So can you see now that I told you for when I saw oil at monthly or weekly time frame that though it was bullish, but we want some corrections. Okay, this is the correction we are looking for. This waves, guy, we want it to come on oil. So the overall direction of oil is bullish, but even with the overall sentiment that is bullish right now, we want it to correct to the downside first. We want it to come as low as 87 to 90, 87 to 90 before we can look for strength in oil. It's too expensive now to buy. You must have to relax first. Okay. Okay, so you can see that if you go to 4 hours, you see the same. This rising channel look like diagonal. Must break down, guys. Must break down before we can look for continuation to the down or to the upside. Okay, so we have that in mind. So as a day trader, what concerns us now is to see this wave developing. So as soon as you see this wave developing, we can now go to our AUD card and go to our AUD card right now. So we want a sell for AUD card. And we also know that it is card that is determining, it is oil that is determining the strength or weakness of card. So if that is the case, and we are expecting from the technical analysis of oil here, we're expecting oil to weaken for like a week or two here to complete this structure. So if we want it to weaken to complete this structure, it then means that even though overall we are expecting card to strengthen, but for now, we expect it to weaken. So if this card weaken as a result of oil, then it then means that AUD is strengthening. So what this is telling me is that AUD card, even though I want to buy it, even though I want to sell it for long time, okay, as we'll do the analysis shortly, but at the immediate, that sell is not going to work because card is going to weaken right now, meaning that AUD will strengthen more than card now. So meaning that where AUD card is now, what it will do is that you need to buy to the upside in order to develop a structure that will favor the long-term sell. I see it now, very clear. It needs to push up based on the existing fundamental and what we are seeing from the structure, of crude oil right now. So our long-term bias is a sell. It's a sell-off based on fundamental, but based on the value of crude oil now that determines the value of card, we are expecting weakness in crude oil price, in crude oil. So as soon as that weakness comes, as soon as that sell-off comes, which is a medium-term sell-off, card is going to weaken, right? And when card weaken, we are looking to buy AUD card. So we are looking for AUD card to complete the inducement to the upside, complete the structure. Then we now look for a setup that will reflect the overall direction. So we have gotten this clear now. So what I do next is to go back to my AUD card and then analyze it. Remember, in our analysis, what we are looking for is, remember, we have not even seen the chart of AUD card, but based on our background study, what we are looking for now is for AUD card to buy now the upside. When you buy to the upside and get to resistance or supply level, we look for sell opportunity to sell it to the downside. And by the time it's buying to the upside, crude oil is weakening that time. Okay, and by the time he's doing this long-term sell, guy, by the time he's doing this long-term sell, okay, that time oil has resumed its strength to the upside. And as oil is strengthening, Canadian dollar is strengthening. AUD card, Canadian dollar is strengthening. And when this is strengthening, this one will be what? So that time we'll be selling AUD. You get it now? So we have not even seen AUD card, but we have used the background information, the available fundamental factors that control the two currencies to determine what will happen. This is what the people that trade only fundamental analysis, this is what they do. And they are usually right. They have not seen the chart on AUD card, and they have been able to tell you that now you need it to buy to the upside, and then later we will sell it to the downside. Let's go back to AUD to see how we can do the analysis. So now let's go to monthly. Okay, let's go to monthly. So you see, let me consider the one that will give me a better vision. Okay, go to monthly. On AUD card. Okay, so even if you don't know, guys, even if you don't know what has been happening in the back here, even if you don't know all this one, you can work with the information that's available to us of late, like this one, 2, and this one. So we are expecting this to come break this stuff to the upside. So long-term, forecast for AUD card is bullish here. Long-term, A, B, C. All right. So you expect this one, A, B, and C. So this one is small. Let's look at 1, 2, 3. This small A, small B, small C. Properly, guys. Okay. A, B, C. This is in the middle. Okay. This is in the middle, which is with A, with B, with C. But then remember, we have this move to the upside, 1, 2, and 3. This is already 1, 2, and 3. We need 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this becomes WXY, guys. W, X, and Y. Before we can see this zone to the downside. Do you understand it now? So now, in monthly, we have done the forecast. We have to go to the weekly. Let's clean up this. Go to the weekly. Okay. Weekly. See this move to the upside. You see this correction. It's happening in the middle. You see this is a correction happening in the middle. You see this move to the upside. Like this to break down to a certain level. So what I have to do right now is take a fib. You can see before we were concerned about the whole chart, but right now as we're coming down, we are narrowing it down to the portion where it is happening right now, guys. So you can see that possibly this could be zigzag formation in the making, because this is with A, this is with A of this move, and that is already hitting 50%. And I told you, when your wave A of the correction is sharp and it's hitting 50%, it's hitting 50% or 61.8% before you see correction. So the likely structure that is going to form, guys, is a zigzag corrective structure. Okay, so having that in mind, drop it down daily, see how we can get through this structure, guys. Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, guys, I can take this to be spot diagonal structure. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right. So here you can spot a 3 waves, 1, A, B, and C. This C is a diagonal, guys. The diagonal is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can spot a diagonal. You will see which is an ending diagonal. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. Right. So if this is A, B, and C in 3 waves, then what we should expect here right now is another 3 waves pullback, which is 1, 2, and 3. We expect these 3 to form, then we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so if that's the case, then we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 down, A, B, and C. 3 waves with C coming with ending diagonal. That's you guys. Sorry, guys. This is W. Then 3 waves up, which is X. Then have the 3 waves down, which is Y. Okay. So now, why are we going to be having? Remember from our background check and fundamental analysis, we did say that oil is expected to drop, and when oil is dropping, CAD is weakening, and then AUD CAD will go up. This is the upside that we are expecting from that analysis. And as soon as it completes its own structure here, remember, we're now saying that oil, where's oil, guys? Oil will now resume this upside from here. This upside resume from here, guys. That time card will be strong. Okay, there will be strength in card, and when strength comes to card, then AUD card will now begin to go down. See, this one is here. Complete the structure. When oil begins to rise again, AUD card begins to make this structure to the downside, guys. You see, begin to make this structure to the downside to complete 1, 2, and 3. By the time we conclude 1, 2, and 3 to the downside, you know that it will be around this level, which is very adequate for zigzag. Remember, in zigzag structure, you have to take your fib extension from here to here back to this place. So this is 100% fib extension. That's where we're expecting this structure to end before we see a buy opportunity to the upside. We are meaning 1, 2, and 3 wave structure. See a buy opportunity to the upside. But for now, guys, where we have to concentrate on right now, guys, is that we want this to buy 3 waves here, 3 waves here, 1, 3 waves here. That's where we have to concentrate our effort on now, guys, so that we take it bit by bit, bit by bit. How do we capitalize on this move to the upside? Go to 4 hours. Let's go to 4 hours. Okay. See, 4 hours. Right now, guys, you have 1, 2, and 3. Somebody will say, why are we putting this as 1? Okay, why are we putting it as 1? We are looking at degrees. We are looking at the wave degrees. We are looking at this one and compare it to this one. Okay, this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is A impulse, B 3 waves, and then C. Alright, so this qualifies as ABC structure. Okay, so that's why we put it like that. We must look at wave degrees 1, 2, 3. Then you do the correction here, and the correction has come in forms of W, X, what? See, and by the time this Y finishes here, look at the retracement level of this. You know, I told you when I was teaching how to use fib the proper way. I said it is not only impulse that you fib, you can also fib a correction. This is a 3 waves move to the upside, and now we want to fib it. Okay, can you see? It's not only impulse that you take a fib on. You can also fib a corrective structure. You can fib a wave. Okay, so we're expecting the AUD card to make a 3 wave structure to this level, and then after getting to this level, can you see the upside we want to get? At this level, oil will be ready to come down, and when oil is coming down, guys, what happens? Card is weakening, and when card is weakening, AUD card will go up. That is the level we are going to start to buy AUD card from here to the upside. Can you see it now? So, and reflecting our analysis from the beginning. And where do we want? We want AUD card to get to this upside. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it is when it has gotten here, that is when the sell of oil will finish. All right, oil will finish its correction, and when oil resume upside, AUD card will resume downside here. So one of the best pair to trade is AUD card. AUD card. That's one of the best pair to trade. Why is it one of the best pair to trade? Because card is determined by oil. Card value is determined by oil, and then Australia is the major, trading partner of Canada. Okay, Canada, export major part of their oil to Australia. So therefore, it is very easy to determine who is taking who from what. If oil is going down, price of oil is crashing very well. Who is it favoring? It's favoring Australian dollar because they are using a little money to acquire a lot of assets from who? From Canada. So to pay in that case, you see Australian AUDCAD will be going up. Right now, oil is strengthening, so we expect AUDCAD to drop. But for the meantime, we expect correction in crude oil. It's not it's not a reversal, it's a correction. And because it's a correction, we also expect AUDCAD to also move to the upside to complete its own structure for us to now see it move to the downside. Do you see now? So somebody will now ask, is it supposed to take this buy opportunity? Yes, if you are a day trader, you can capitalize on this buy opportunity from 0.90 about 0.94, about 400 to 500 pips. You can capitalize on it. But before you do, you must see a confirmation, because I will tell you that, it's possible that this wave can still break down as part of this structure. Okay, as part of this structure, before you now see this resume to the upside, because you see, oil has not finished in the formation of a diagonal that I showed you. It has not finished forming the diagonal. It can shoot up to the upside. Why is shooting up to the upside? To break the upper limit of the diagonal. Look at it, guys. Why is shooting up? To break this upper limit of the diagonal here. Why is shooting up here? What happened to card? AUDCAD, guys. AUDCAD will shoot down. This one will shoot down. Okay. But if it does not show up to break the upper limit of the diagonal, it then means that this shoot down will not happen. So if this shoot down will not happen, then what do you think will happen, guys? It then means that we just expect this our WXY structure to just play out. So this is the end of the structure for this one. This is 3 waves down. Here, this is 3 wave up, then we need a 3 wave down. Boom, to break this low. As soon as this low is broken here, we look for buy opportunity from here upside to reflect our analysis. So guys, have you seen how we do analysis of some of these pairs? You don't just jump into a pair and begin to do the technical analysis. You need to look at the fundamental. Foremost, it is the fundamental that determines the direction of a pair. So as soon as you see the fundamental direction, what do you do next? You come to the technical and look for technical setup. You look for the pattern, you look for the structure that favors the direction, the short-term, medium-term, and long-term direction of the pair. Like for now, the short-term direction of AUDCAD is upside based on our fundamental analysis. But the long-term direction of AUDCAD is downside based on the same fundamental analysis. So based on this, you are looking for buy opportunity to the upside, and after you are getting close to the supply, you begin to close your trade. And as you are taking the trade, begin to look at what oil is doing. What is oil doing? All right. What is the condition of coronavirus in Australia? Because if right now guys, they are easing lockdown in China. I said I was saying I made a mistake. I was saying the condition of COVID-19 in Australia, not Australia, in China. China is the major trading partner to Australia. So we need to check the condition of COVID-19. How are they easing the lockdown? Because if they still keep on doing lockdown, then factories are going to shut down. And if factories are shutting down, ports are shutting down, how are they going to take supply from Australia? It's very difficult for supply to come from Australia. It then means that within the period, Australia will not make money. It means that the supply of foreign income from export will not come to Australia. So it's a problem. So as you are taking this buy opportunity, you need to check. Are they still doing lockdown? Are they easing it? If they are removing lockdown gradually, it then means that it favors Australian dollar. And as they are easing the lockdown and the Australian dollar is going up, you see that as the Australian dollar is strengthening, you see that if you check oil and oil is correcting downward, you see that this is a perfect trade to buy to the upside. You understand? But as you buy into this level, remember that if you go and check oil, oil will have corrected downward and will be ready to continue buying to the upside. That is the time that CAD will be strengthened. And when CAD is strengthened, what happens? Because they are earning a lot of money from crude oil and the price is increasing again. What happened to AUD? AUD that is importing crude oil from Canada. They will be spending more money to get this crude oil from Canada, and then AUD will be weakening against the CAD, and CAD will be strengthening from the upside, from the top. You get it now? So that is how I do my analysis, and that is how I select what I trade, and when do I trade it? What am I expecting? What are the fundamental factors that I look at? The export and trading partners, how do I look at them? How are they behaving? How are they performing? Do we have a deficit? What is the state of the trade balance in Australia? What is the state of trade balance in Canada? If I want to trade AUD CAD, do we have trade surplus? Do we have a deficit? So surplus. When you have trade surplus, whatever happened to your interest rate, people don't want to get concerned. All they want to be interested in is that you have a trade surplus. Just as a little digression, you see JPY. JPY, are you not surprised that JPY, even with negative interest rate, CHF, even with negative interest rate, people are still interested in their currencies. Why are they interested in their currencies? The state of trade balance is healthy. All right, they have a positive, a surplus trade balance. Japan has a surplus trade balance. If you don't know what is called a surplus trade balance, what it means is that Japan is exporting more than is importing. It's bringing in little thing and is exporting too much. It means that almost everything it needs is producing it. Okay, and it's all is just importing a little thing, majorly raw materials, because Japan has no much natural resources, so they import a lot of things. You don't have crude oil, you don't have this, you don't have that. They import all this. Do you understand? Even this one, the state of their banking regulations and all those things is just top of this one. They have a surplus trade balance. So because of this, people are still interested in the currency, because it's a currency for the future, where there is very good regulations in the local economy. The banking sector here is very strong, and they have a surplus trade balance. These are the things that they are using to make up for the negative interest rate that are putting on their currency. You understand, guys? So that is how I do my analysis, and that's the best way to do trading. You don't just jump in to technical analysis and begin to buy, sell. There are a lot of planning that you have to go into. This is not gambling. This is not gambling. This is not betting. No, you are not betting here. You are not gambling here. You are looking at the market. You are looking at the market holistically from the fundamental point of view to determine your direction. Then you now come to look at what the chart is doing that will reflect that directional bias. Is that okay, guys? So personally, I will be doing the top-down analysis starting from fundamental. I'll now take it and build it up to technical to show you how you should be approaching your trading. Okay, guys, so that's the end of this video. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please just subscribe to it. Subscribe to it. That is the only way you can help to grow the community. That is the only way you can help to grow the channel. If you have subscribed to it, please make your comment known. Let me see your comment. Let me see your view about how to trade the right way. Let me see your view, particularly about AUDCAD. And there's anything you want me to talk about, don't hesitate. After all, somebody that made a request from my community, from my trading community, to do analysis on AUDCAD, and I promised to do it, and I'm doing it now. So you can also make a request about what has been bothering you, what you don't know, what is confusing to you. Just place the request. I promise you, I'm going to do a lot of work on it. As an economist, guys, I've got a lot to talk about that you may not understand, that you may not have understood before, but with my knowledge and with my experience, I should be able to break it down in a way that will make it very simple for you guys. So also share this video, like it. Many of you watch the video, you like the video, but what will I see to know that you have liked this video? It is the like. It is the like button, the one that goes up. The fingers that goes up is the like. The one that goes down is the dislike. So when you press the one that goes up, you are liking the video. So don't just like it and jubilate within your mind that you have, and jump up that you have learned something new. Like it, smash the like button, guys. So I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye for now. Thanks.